Hi everyone, this is Jessica Rojas from Weichert Realtor, and today I have my good friend and one of my preferred loan officers, Hester Reyes. Hi Hester. Thank you.
Hello, Jessica. Thanks for having me.
Of course, you want to tell us a little bit about what you do, where your office is, and all that good stuff?
Yep. So, as Jessica said, my name is Hester Reyes. I work here at the Mortgage Link. I've been here for about almost 3 years now. We're located in Rockville, right by Shady Grove. And like she said, I'm a loan officer, licensed here in Maryland and in Virginia. So, just here to help you guys, help the home buyers out there try to buy their house.
That's right. All right, so let's get started. So when a home buyer comes to me, obviously that is uh, what I like to call step one, just because I like to introduce them to the process, let them know kind of what the rest of the process is going to be like. But along with that is meeting with you, a loan officer. When they do that, what exactly do you need from them?
Yep. So the first step in buying a house is definitely sitting down with the loan officer so we can come up with a plan, come up with the budget, and see how much you qualify for. And to get qualified, to get pre-qualified, there's three important pieces of information we need. We need assets, which is me checking your taxes, your pay stubs, any income you receive. Number two would be not income. I just said income. It would be credit, checking your credit, checking the liabilities, making sure we hold all the right liabilities against you. And number three would be assets. So assets would be checking your bank statements, checking the money that you have in a 401k statement, monies that you're going to use for a down payment or for a closing cost.
Okay, great. Now that you mentioned credit, this is one of the questions I get all the time. If somebody isn't ready to purchase right now, but they still kind of want to know what they qualify for, does getting their credit pulled affect them? And if so, how?
Yeah, so unfortunately, checking the credit is a hard inquiry. Depending on how many trade lines we check, usually there's three. If we check all three, depending on the actual significance of the trade line, it could go down within any 2 to 10 points. Just depends on how often we check it. But going off of that, if a mortgage company checks within 30 days with another mortgage company, the buyer won't be affected. The first time the company checks the credit, that's the only time it'll be affected. If other mortgage companies check within 30 days, they will not be affected.
Okay, great. And along with this timeline, once they do get pre-qualified, how long does that pre-qualification last for them?
So it's about 90 days. I say 90 days because of credit. Credit expires every 90 days, but seeing pay stubs, seeing bank statements, we do have to renew those every 30 days. But the whole pre-qual, if everything stays the same from the beginning, it's usually 90 days because that's how long credit lasts before it expires.
Okay, great. So if the shopping process, or if they just weren't ready yet, were to go past those 90 days, they would have to do this once again all over again, give you everything updated after those 90 days.
Correct. So we would have to repull credit, make sure everything's still the same, make sure credit hasn't gone down, or see if credit actually went up. And then same thing with the pay stubs, make sure we get updated pay stubs every 30 days. Bank statements, get the new bank statements once they come out, and just keep it rolling from there.
Okay, awesome. And is right now a good time to buy, and why, if it is?
So I've been doing this for about almost 3 years now, and I would definitely say now is the best time that I've seen to buy. And the reason being is the low interest rates. Having such a low interest rates, being in Maryland right now at about 2.6 to 2.75. When I started, interest rates were above 4.5, about 5. So those difference between points allows the buyer and gives them a lot more purchase power. And by purchase power, I mean when you buy a house, it all depends on your monthly payment.
Mhm.
So if your monthly payment is higher, you're going to afford a less price of a house. So if your monthly payment is going to be lower because of the interest rate, you're able to qualify for a bit higher of a price. And to give you an example of that, in regard, like for example, a $300,000 house, if 1% of difference of interest is about $150 a month
Mhm.
of purchase power. And that $150 could change the purchase power between anywhere from 40 to 50,000. So it could put you from a $250,000 house versus a $300,000 house, which is a big difference when you're looking houses here in Montgomery County, PG County, Frederick. So it's a big difference. I would definitely recommend now, if you are ready, to come sit down with me and Jessica, so we can get to at least get the game plan started, see
Right.
exactly what we need to do. Because right now interest rates are so low. I'm trying to buy a house, so we're trying to get this rolling. So if now is the time I'm trying to buy, I feel like you guys should try to buy too.
That's right. No, excellent advice there. That's right. And again, we understand that if you're not ready right now, then that's okay. But if you are, and if this is
Yep.
just something that you've been postponing just because you don't know how, or everything that's going on currently obviously is a little iffy. But if you
Yeah.
are able to buy, this is definitely a good time, because just that 1% in difference in your interest makes a huge impact. And like you said, your purchasing power, your monthly payment. So that's definitely something that I think everyone should, if they can, take advantage of. Great advice.
Definitely, definitely.
Last thing, I work, and I know you do as well, with a lot of first-time home buyers. Can you talk to us a little bit about any programs out there currently available?
Yep. So Maryland, just being a first-time home buyer in Maryland, you get an automatic tax credit. Not to confuse people with closing costs, but there's three different types of taxes. But the state tax, you will get credited for just being a first-time home buyer. In regards to programs, there are definitely different types of programs, but every program has their different restrictions. Different counties, the state of Maryland has their program. So it's definitely a case by case type of situation that we would have to sit down and analyze everybody's case individually. However, right now with COVID, banks have made these programs a little bit harder. It's definitely, it takes a lot longer for these programs to go through. Typically, you're looking at closing a loan within 30 days. With these programs, you're looking from 50 to 60 days.
Mhm.
So to buy a house with that program makes it a little bit harder for the buyer because the seller wants a quicker deal usually. But they're definitely out there. They're out there. We can get the information, see exactly if you need it. Um, so if you do think you need it, just give us a call. We can see exactly what it is we need to have to be able to qualify for those different programs as well.
Okay, awesome. All right, folks.
Yeah.
Hessler and I work with first-time home buyers, investors. If this isn't your first rodeo, that's definitely something we can help with as well. And if you already purchased, but it was at a higher interest rate, what would you say, a higher, more than what, to be able to refinance it? Or how long?
If I honestly think if you have higher than the 3.5%, if you bought in more than 6 months ago and your interest rate's about is higher than a 3.5%, just give me a call. Just let me do a free worksheet for you just to see how much it is you could save. I've helped folks save over $500 a month. I've helped folks save a lot of money, and it's just more money that you get to save a month.
Why not, right? Awesome.
Yep.
Well, thank you so much, Hessler. Again, you guys, one of my preferred loan officers, Hessler Reyes from the Mortgage Group. If you were thinking about buying in the next 3, 6 months to a year even, get together with us. Let's put a game plan together for you. Let's see where you are and or what you need to get started. And let's get you in a house this year.